Hey everyone, Matt here, and I want to do a brief overview of how I created this door and my workflow for using baked bevel trim sheets. The idea of a baked bevel trim sheet workflow is essentially to replace creating custom bevels on your models or doing a high poly, low poly bake for every single model you have. So instead, I've created a trim sheet that has baked bevels on it that I can align to the edges of my models to make it look like each of them is. I also have a base color pass you can see here where I've mapped rust to the edges of it as well. And I did that using a mix of Substance Painter and Substance Designer. So essentially everything has to be created so that it can align properly to the normal trim sheet that I created. So that means building things at very specific values and then aligning those UVs to each one of your panels on your trim sheet as well so that everything lines up properly. So this piece right here is 1 meter by 0.1 meters with sizes ranging from that to 0.2 or 0.05 as well. Some additional things I can do with this shader is actually vertex paint on rust in spots that make sense, and just in general add another layer of detail. I can also paint on a layer of snow as well using another vertex channel, and it just adds this kind of nice contextual detail to this and really ties the environment together. Some other details that can be layered on is some optional paints, which is fully customizable in terms of color, some additional grime which can be added like this, as well as a highlight that can kind of break up the color with a little bit of color variation that's fully customizable too. Some of the advantages of using a workflow like this are that I don't have to add a bunch of extra geometry to make bevels, I don't have to use different textures, I don't have to make a custom high poly, and I can also keep my art style nice and consistent throughout my whole project. One thing I definitely have to point out is how instrumental Matthew, Trevely, and John's breakdowns were in helping me to recreate his workflow, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this. And so it was super helpful. I cannot recommend looking through his ArtStation enough. It's a super awesome resource. It's really great to see how they tackled a lot of these kinds of problems in The Last of Us production. Hopefully you found the video informative. Make sure to follow for more art breakdowns like this, as well as some 3D art tutorials too.